there, friends. If you are like me, you woke up to find ourselves back to a chilly, windy, snow-flurried day out there, which was great. I personally have high hopes that this is our last run-in with winter before we actually settle into spring. And it actually does feel like a good day or a perfect day to do a little part 2 to the devotion that I offered last week. If you remember, we looked at the few verses that are repeated verbatim in 2 different places in the book of Psalms, Psalm 57 and Psalm 108. Last week we started with the verses that went, my heart is steadfast, and then I will awake the dawn. And today I'd like to look at the next couple of verses that again are repeated in both Psalms. This is what they say. I will praise you, Lord, among the nations. I will sing of you among the peoples. For great is your love, reaching to the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the skies. What stands out to me here is the theme of gratitude and praise. But what is fascinating to me here is the context out of which this praise and gratitude comes in each of these psalms. Psalm 108, if you look at it, is pretty consistently a song of trust and dependence on God, even in hard circumstances. From its first verse to its last, the psalmist places confidently his hope in God through all circumstances, and out of that trust, he praises God. And then we look at Psalm 57, where these words seem to come from a bit of a different place, from a cry of mercy and a cry for help. I am in the midst of lions, the writer says. And following that, we hear, great is your love, reaching to the heavens. Now, what this tells me is that gratitude isn't just for times of great joy. And when I think of the circumstance we are currently living in, there's a lot to grieve and there's a lot to feel heavy about. And at the same time, I want to join the psalmist in looking for places to thank and praise God. I have nothing whatsoever to back this up right now if you were to ask me, but I remember hearing once that adding patterns or rhythms of gratitude in day-to-day life can actually change your brain chemistry or the way that it processes. And again, while I can't back that up scientifically right now, that fact isn't so hard for me to believe. Even if it's not the brain that changes from gratitude, it's a disposition of spirit that changes, an outlook on life that can be shifted, an attentiveness to what God is doing that goes back to those words we looked at last week together, I will awake the dawn. And it might feel really hard to be grateful right now, just naturally on our own. And I also believe we all need help and accountability. So I want to invite you to actually set up some opportunities for yourself in the next couple of days or next week. Maybe at the dinner table, go around and name thankfulnesses, even though it's not Thanksgiving. With a text group, share an area of gratitude daily. Email me with something you've been grateful for. My email is jenna@pillarchurch.com. Super easy. I hope and expect to receive emails. And notice what happens when this rhythm is set in place. We have a God who shows us great love, as the psalm says, even when we are in the midst of lions.